How to start an online business, the ultimate guide. Hi, it's Tricia. I think most of us want to be our own boss. We want to be the commander, the director, the driver of our own life. For me, I'd always wanted to be my own boss, but I didn't know how. So I went into the corporate world. I mean, we've got bills and things to pay, right? So we need to have an income. So I went and did a corporate gig. It took over my life. I was working so many hours. There was so much stress. It was so overwhelming. And at some point, I just knew I just cannot keep doing this. It took its toll on me, and I really, really needed to shake things up and get out of that situation. So that's when I went looking for a way to work from home. And that's when I found online businesses. Now that was 2018, and before that, I didn't even know what an online business was. I saw people saying they're earning $10,000 a month from home. I wondered how on earth that was possible. When I was researching online businesses, I was still wondering how that was possible, because most of the webinars and things I looked at, I found the people very misleading, or it was just so salesy. So it's like, oh, I'm earning all this money, but they didn't actually tell you how they were earning it, what they were doing, or anything. It was just all smoke and mirrors, as I call it. So there's a lot of information around. So, how do we know how to choose an online business? How do we start an online business? How do we know who to trust? How do we know what business models work? In this video, I'm going to cover 12 important points for starting an online business. It will save you time, and it will reduce the anxiety and stress that you might be feeling right now. And just so you know, I did find a business that ticked my boxes. So I do work from home. I earn a 6-figure income. I work part-time. I have flexibility. I love it. And I help other people do the same. So have you decided you are starting an online business, or are you considering it at the moment? There's a lot to consider. So I'm going to ask you questions for you to consider about starting your own business. I'm going to let you know some pros and cons of the business models that I found. And I'm going to let you know the insights and information that I found helpful when I was looking to start an online business. So point 1, why are you wanting an online business? Is it because you want to work for yourself? You want to be your own boss? You want to leave your job? Is it because you want to be working from home or working from anywhere, having location freedom? Is it because you're wanting more money, or you're just wanting to, really up level the amount you're earning? Is it because you want to travel? Is it because you want to buy something? So why are you wanting an online business? Point 2, what do you want to get out of it? For it to be worth your effort, what do you want to get out of it? You can define this clearly. It could be money, it could be time, it could be a particular goal that requires money, it could be a particular holiday, but how will you know when you've achieved that goal? What is the goal? If there were no limits, and if you could really set up what you wanted to, really, what is it that you want to get out of this? And it doesn't actually need to be things that are money related anyway. It could be, look, I want to get personal satisfaction. I want to learn. I want to grow. I want to feel that I'm contributing to people's lives. So there's so many intangibles as well from an online business, or from any business, from being the entrepreneur of your life, basically. So have a think about the intangibles and the tangibles and what really is important to you. Point 3, do you want to come up with your own business idea, or do you want something that's turnkey, cookie cut, business in a box? So as an example, a McDonald's business, that's a franchise. I'm not talking about franchises here, but a McDonald's business is turnkey. You know it's set up. You know that you can spend millions of dollars to buy it and follow the system, learn the system, do the training, support, all of that. So are you wanting something like that? I was wanting something like that. That's the reason I hadn't done my business before. And I really needed to make sure, though, that system worked. There's so many businesses out there, but it doesn't mean they work. It doesn't mean they're worth your time and effort. So I'll get onto that later, but you just need to be so important to choose a business model that rocks it and that is really going to get you to your goals, whatever they might be. Point 4, do you want to be a solopreneur, or are you wanting to be a team? So as an example, you can be a solopreneur, but still be working as part of a team as well. There's different business models that allow, that have that opportunity. But there's some people who want to be a solopreneur. They just want to be working by themselves. There's some people who want to have staff or a team or to be managing or leading. So what does it really look like for you? What's the ultimate dream that you have? Point 5, what time commitment are you going to be dedicating to your own business? How much time daily? How much time weekly? Is it going to be consistent? Of course, if you want consistent earnings, you need to put in consistent effort. So work out your time, work out your priorities. And are you looking for something that has leverage or scalability so that it means it's not just earnings based on your time? So as an example, a lot of people go into their own business, but really all they're doing is buying a job. So they need to work certain hours, they need to be at a certain location, or it's like it's based on an hourly wage or something. So a lot of businesses, it's like there's still no freedom in them. So you might not be working for somebody else, you're working for yourself, but you've still got all these constraints and restrictions on you or demands as far as time. So really think about your wish list. Write out your wish list of what you really want to set up for yourself, money-wise, time-wise, lifestyle-wise, relationship-wise. You know, what does your life look like when you have this online business? And what does it look like when it's successful as well? What does that mean for you? Point 6, what money commitment? What money are you willing to invest into your own business? And ongoing as well, you'll need some money. So look, you can't expect to be getting a 6-figure income from business that's free. If you want something that's decent, if you want something that's worthwhile, there's got to be some time investment, there's got to be some money investment. So what are you willing to invest? And you might also have figures in mind as far as return on investment. I am right into return on investment. So, you know, this is how much I want to put in, but this is how much I want to get out of it, you know? And you might find a business like I did where the returns are fantastic, they're massive. So it's like, oh, okay, that means I'm willing to put in this amount. I might not have thought I was willing to put in that amount initially as far as time and money, but hey, this is going to get me where I want to go. So I'm actually, you know, the figures just stacked up. It's just like, wow, I found my ticket to freedom. I've looked for this all my life, but I found it. So, you know, just work out maybe the ROI figures as well. Point 7, are you sabotaging yourself? Are you setting limits on yourself? Are you wondering how on earth you're going to do this? So, you know, really ask this, because to do your own business or to do an online business, you're going to be stepping out of the comfort zone. There's going to be challenges, there's going to be hurdles, there's going to be obstacles. So are you limiting yourself already? Are you sabotaging yourself? What tools can you get or have you got that you can use to break through that? Personal development for me has been a massive thing in my life, because that means I'm looking at myself, my limitations, my worth, my value, what I bring to the table, and, you know, how can I really amplify that and get results, get the goodness out of that. So personal development, I absolutely love it. So point 8 ties in with point 7 as far as, well, are you motivated? Are you motivated enough? Is your dream big enough to get through any challenges, any obstacles, to get out of that comfort zone, to get through the hurdles? I was thinking that, how can I do an online business? I'm not tech savvy and I'm too old. So, you know, that's an example of limiting beliefs. So I'm just like, I've got to break through that, man. I want the life that I want. I don't want to go back to my corporate job. I don't want to go back to having a boss. So I'm like, do you know what? I've got to break through this. So you can see other videos of mine too that cover that topic. So point 9, what type of business do you want? There's a lot of businesses around. There's a lot of information. It doesn't mean that it's true. There's actually people called catfish marketers, and they will do a review of a product or a company, but they haven't really been involved with that product or company. They just do it because it's a way of people, you know, inquiring about their business. They know people are going to Google that product or company, so they do a review on it, and ultimately the idea is to lead them to what they're doing now. So, you know, there's a lot of information around that's not correct. You really need to decide who you're going to trust, and you really need to critique the business, which again, I've covered that in other videos. So there's a lot of information. There's a lot of sharks. There's a lot of, I guess, business models that I think are just not worthy of anyone's time. But you need to check that out for yourself. So are you wanting something that's active or passive? Are you wanting something where you're going to be putting in some time actively every day? Are you wanting something where you are doing something like drop shipping, where it's a product, like a physical product, or are you wanting something where it's a digital product? So with drop shipping, it's something I considered, but I want to do something where I'm making a difference in people's lives. So unless I'm doing a product that I feel is doing that, I wasn't interested. I also didn't want to come up with the money to buy stock of a product, or to, find a product, find a manufacturer that's quality and all of that. I'm just like, I don't want any of that. And if I did drop shipping though, I know people who are very successful at it, and it means they pay money every month, every year to follow a system and learn a system to succeed in that business. Okay, so another one is affiliate marketing. Again, it's something that I don't, that I'm not interested in, because number one, I'm not going to promote a product just to make money. I'm not comfortable, recommending something unless I've used the product and know the product and I do endorse it. And I naturally just tell people about products that I love. So the other thing was, I think you get paid a very small amount. So you do need to have lots of different people who are going, you're recommending that product to, or you're an affiliate of that product to. You get a small percentage of it, and then that will add up to something. So, my goal was earning 6 figures, working part-time from home. So I just didn't see that I could do that with affiliate marketing. But, it depends what your goals are. There's things like multi-level marketing. I did multi-level marketing when I was 18 years old, and I did it for 10 years, and I followed the system exactly, and I got nowhere. I made practically no money, and I was spending more money than what I was making, because you've got to continually buy products and things. So at the time I was brainwashed that I could earn more than the person that introduced me. It's a fair compensation system. Since then I've realized it's multi-level. The name is multi-level. So that does mean there's multiple levels of people. There's a hierarchy of people. It depends where you are in the hierarchy as to what you'll get paid. There's different percentages. And as well as that, there is the training, the support, the systems and things. But as I said, there's some business models that they can have a certain amount of success, but just not the level of success that I was looking to. I want to be worthy of my time. Now, I've also seen a lot of companies around that are multi-level marketing, but they disguise themselves as something else. I've seen a lot of them recently. So you really need to look at the information. I look at them and I just see gaps in the information. I'm like, you didn't explain that, you didn't explain that, you didn't explain this thing, I just see gaps everywhere in the information. And then usually there's no one to contact. That was with everything, there was no one to contact. And one of the things for me, I wanted somebody to ask questions to. I wanted a real person to ask questions to. I was skeptical enough already without then just being treated like a number in this automated system. I definitely needed somebody to talk to, somebody real who's had experience. And because then you can, by talking to that person, are they telling me the salesy stuff? Are they telling me what I want to hear? Or are they actually telling me what it's been like and how it really works? There's also direct sales companies. Indirect sales, it means the middleman is cut out. So instead of there being all these different people in the system from, a product manufactured to when it's sold or bought, you cut out some of those steps. So that's why it's direct sales. So it means then the profit is paid to the person that's generating the income, that's generating the business. So I love direct sales because it means that I have the opportunity to get paid. There's no limits to what I get paid with the company that I partner with. And I know clearly, it's clear cut. This is the product, this is the profit, this is how much I'm going to get paid, this is what I need to do to get it. Watch out for pyramid and Ponzi schemes. They are illegal, but unfortunately they do still exist and people get ripped off. So I do have a guide about business models as well. When you're looking at all these things, is there a market for the product? Is it something where the industry grows every year? It's not something that's just a fad or, a fashion. Because, you're wanting to set up consistent income. Well, I wanted consistent income. I wanted something that I put in effort and it pays me for life, basically. So you really want to consider the product, the industry in all of this. So point 10, do the maths. Do the maths. Like I said, look at the return on investment, look at the cash flow, look at what you need to put in, what you get out of it, what's the profit, what's the percentage. As I said, I wanted a business model where there's a high percentage of profit, like 60%. But do the maths. You really need to do the maths to work out what do you need to do in order to get the money. And as I said, for me, I want clear cut. And the maths is exciting to do when you find a really good business model. A lot of the business models like multi-level marketing, they have such complex compensation plans. So to try and do the maths on that can be really, really tricky. Point 11, do the ethics align with me? Before I go into the 12th point of how to start an online business, the ultimate guide, please hit the subscribe button. There's plenty more info there about how to start a business, online businesses, how to ditch your job, how to set up time and money freedom. So hit subscribe. Thank you. Point 12, does this business model take me where I want to go? You've set your intention of what you want. Will this business model take you where you want to go? Are there limits to what you can earn? Are there limits geographically? Or can you actually look at it and go, do you know what? That will get me what I want, and actually it can get me more than that. It's so key what business model you choose. Absolutely, absolutely key. I've got a free gift for you. When you go to brilliantunstoppableyou.com, there's a free guide, the 5 steps to entrepreneurial freedom. It will take you through the 5 foundational steps that I found important when I wanted to transform my life and take it to a new level. Whether it's money, well-being, lifestyle, travel, being your own boss, whatever it is, these steps will catapult you forward. I spent a lot of time putting it together, and yes, it's free. I want to help you, and I want to help so many people to thrive and set up the life that you want, the life of your dreams and a life of freedom. Go to brilliantunstoppableyou.com and get your guide. I'll also put the link in the description and in the first comment. I'll see you there.